Hi, parents. Welcome back to a new episode of Legacy. So today I want to talk about how your child can deal with toxic teammates. I know this is something that most kids will go through at some point in their soccer playing careers, because a team environment is an environment of many characters and personalities. And sometimes when there is a mixture of different types of personalities, sometimes you will find ones that can become toxic, that can become negative. And if we don't control this, then it can ultimately hurt the performance of your child. I've been coaching for many years now, and I've worked with players of all abilities, of all ages, and at many different clubs. And something I can guarantee you is that whatever team you are on, you will always find one child that is negative, that is toxic, that just shouldn't be in that group. But for whatever reason, they are there. So today's episode is focused more on how your child can deal with toxic teammates. I remember when I was playing, and I tell this story all the time, is when I was 17 and 18 years old, 17 or 18, I can't remember. It's been such a long time. I used to play on a soccer team, and that was actually my last team before I decided to quit and go into coaching. And when I was on that team, I used to really hate it, if I'm completely honest. And the reason why I used to hate it was because I was surrounded by a lot of very negative and toxic teammates. And it got so bad at one point that every single week, my teammates would fight against the opposition. Like, I mean, physically fight, fists, kicks. And it got to the point where I wasn't having fun anymore. I wasn't enjoying the sport that I've loved since I started playing at 9 years old. And I was 18 at the time. So the experience on that team was a very negative one for me. And what started to happen was I didn't want to play. I didn't want to show up. I hated that team. So it wasn't the fault of the sport or of my coach. It was just I was in the wrong environment at that time. And your child might be going through something similar, because all kids at some point will come across a classmate or a teammate that is negative, that is toxic, that can maybe hurt their confidence. So what I did, and this is something I want to encourage your child to do as well, is as soon as they spot that negativity developing, and as soon as they see that the actions of their teammates is having a really detrimental effect on the rest of the group, what I want to encourage your child to do is to be brave and be courageous and let the teammate know that their actions are having an effect on the rest of the team. Now, going back to my experience when I was playing at the age of 17, because there were so many boys on that team that were negative, that were toxic, it was very hard to deal with this situation because of the amount of boys. It wasn't just an isolated incident where there was one or two. I'm talking about 4, 5, or 6. It was like a small group in a team. So if your child is going through this and they have a teammate who is really affecting the team morale, then encourage your child to be brave, step up for their team, and let that teammate know to stop, right? Stop doing what you're doing because it's hurting everyone else. It's affecting our confidence. It's affecting our result. And when your child learns to open up, to be brave, to be a leader, then that's going to encourage other kids in that environment to also step up and to be that leader as well, to back your child, because your child is then showing great leadership qualities, something that every team needs. Now, once you address the toxic teammate, what you also have to do is you have to explain to them that, yes, what you're doing is toxic, what you're doing is negative, but at the same time, explain why, okay? And if we address the problem from the standpoint that we are explaining the why behind why we're doing what we're doing, then that gives the person who is reacting or who is acting that way to actually take note and think to themselves, okay, this is why I need to stop. And explain to them that you doing what you're doing is hurting everyone else. And when it hurts everyone else, then as a team, we can't perform to our full potential because we need everyone on the same page. So I want you as the parent to encourage your child to step up for their team, to be that leader. And if there's any toxic teammates, to let them know, right? Be that boss, as I like to say. Be that boss. Stand up for your teammates and let that toxic teammate know that their actions is hurting everyone else. So if you enjoyed this video, if anything I said to you really related to what you are going through at the moment, I want you to drop me a message. Okay, you can leave the message in the comment section, or if you have any questions for me and you'd like to speak to me on a more personal level, then I'm more than happy to get on the phone with you and talk about how I can help your child to become more confident, not only on the field, but off the field as well. So reach out to me at info@thefootballdomainacademy.com. That is my personal email address. And I look forward to hearing from you.